Another story that happened recently, I don't think we touched on last episode, but I don't know if it was out yet or not. I can't remember when I recorded, but um, the Green Power Ranger, then who was what I remember him as is the White Ranger, was killed himself. Unfortunately, um, he he hung himself. He hung himself in a hotel. Um, Jason David Frank, 49, died by suicide over the weekend, and now there are new details surrounding the Power Rangers star's death. Law enforcement sources tell at TMZ that Frank was at a Texas hotel with his estranged wife Tammie when he died. The exes had separate rooms, but reportedly got into an argument in Tammie's room. The hotel staff was called, and the situation was de-escalated. The sources added that later that evening or in the early morning hours, Jason and Tammie got into another argument, and Jason locked Tammie out of his room. Tammie became concerned and called the authorities at 5 a.m. Saturday. When officers were unable to reach Frank, the hotel allowed them to enter his room. That's when they found that Jason had hanged himself in the bathroom. The star is survived by his 4 children. So, I guess he's just battling, man. It sucks. Hopefully his family's okay. Um, and I don't know if I didn't see much more about it. When I heard about it, this one was a bummer because I was a huge Power Ranger fan growing up as a kid. And Tommy, when he was the White Ranger, that shit was fucking dope, dude. I mean, I'd fucking be out there in my underwear in the backyard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not much different than what I do now when I'm like in the bathroom about to get in the shower and I'm like looking at myself naked in the mirror. I'm like throwing some fucking jabs and some straights and some hooks, or whenever you're alone in the bathroom. I don't know if I do this, but like I'll get on the scale to weigh myself sometimes, and like I put my hands up like I'm a fucking UFC champion, like who just weighed in, like hit my chest. I fucking made weight. I do that, but that shit it's been in my blood. So even when I was a kid, I was out there mimicking Power Rangers. Hi-ya, hi-ya, throwing kicks, throwing elbows on with my nutsack elbow skin, and throwing karate chops and beating up. I think they used to be called like Goonies or something like that. The putties. The putties were the bad guys. They used to be like like little things jumping around, and I would fucking beat them up and shit like that. So it's sad. He was my favorite one. Of course, yeah, I think he was everybody's favorite. But he was actually into MMA. I think he had I think he was like 5-0 or something in like real life MMA. So sucks. It's sad to see people go, but this kind of led me down another rabbit hole that I was kind of interested in when I saw it, because obviously there's a curse associated with Power Rangers, and I didn't read much into this one on purpose, not because I was being lazy again. Okay, it was actually on purpose, maybe, but it was because I thought it'd be interesting to read this one together and see how many people supposedly have like died that are connected to the Power Rangers show. Pua Magasiva passed at 38. On May 2019, Pua Magasiva, who played Shane Clark, the Red Wind Ranger in 2003 Power Ranger Ninja Storm, was found deceased in his home by police. It's unknown how he died. So that's one. Thuy Trang was involved in a fatal car accident at age 27. So I'm pretty sure she was a Yellow Ranger. Thuy Trang, the actress who portrayed Trini Kwan, a.k.a. the Yellow Ranger. First off, Trini Kwan is like the coolest fucking rap name ever. Like, if I had a rap name, it's going to be Trini Kwan. That shit's fucking dope. And she looks like she's going to fucking beat the shit out of you. I mean, this chick is legit. AKA the Yellow Ranger lived a remarkable life. As a child, Trang escaped to Vietnam by boat with a few of her family members and survived being held in a detention camp in Hong Kong. What the fuck? During the arduous voyage, Trang was extremely sickly, and other refugees suggested that her mother throw her overboard. Eventually, the family made it to America, at which point Trang became interested in acting. She landed a lead role in Power Rangers thanks to the martial arts skills she'd been practicing since childhood, and starred in 80 episodes. Unfortunately, Trang's career was cut short at age 27 when she became the first victim of the supposed Power Rangers curse. Maybe she brought some shit back from Vietnam. She brought some fucking spiritual voodoo or something. I don't know what they call it over there. And now she started the Power Ranger curse. She was the first one that died, and the curse, the spirit of this evilness from Vietnam is going through. And I don't know why I associate Vietnam with evil spirits, but I don't know. Maybe I still buy the propaganda from the 70s. Who knows? Eric Frank succumbed to an unknown illness. When Power Rangers Zero was casting the role of Tommy Oliver's brother, they hired Eric Frank, the real-life brother of Tommy actor Jason David Frank. Sadly, Eric's portrayal of David Trueheart ended up being his final performance. Wow. So not the guy that just died's brother died. Man, that is crazy. So that's one. That's three. Ricardo Medina Jr. was convicted of slaying his roommate. What the fuck? So the guy, he playing Red Lion, a.k.a. Cole Evans on 2002 Power Rangers Wild Force, and returned to 2011 to play Decker of Power Rangers Samurai. Only a few years later, however, Medina was accused of slaying his roommate with a large sword. Oh my god. I feel like if you commit to killing somebody with a sword, you fucking hate that motherfucker with a passion. You gotta, you're chopping somebody in half, bro. That's crazy. According to prosecutors, Medina got into a fight with his roommate over the fact that Medina's girlfriend was at their house. The roommate allegedly broke down Medina's bedroom door, at which point Medina grabbed a sword and stabbed Sutter repeatedly. Man. So he fucking... Jeez. Peter Rudder developed a brain tumor and died at age 50. Wow. Power Rangers Mystic Force began in 2006 and starred New Zealand's Peter Rudder as a white Mystic Ranger Udana. In 2010, it was announced that Rudder had died suddenly of a brain tumor. See, that's the one that scares me. Think about those nights where you stay up. I'm going to take a drink here. Think about these nights where you stay up thinking about how you're going to die. Brain tumor. That's me. That's what I think. I don't know why, but it just happens. There's nothing you can do. It just comes out of nowhere. It's scary. I say it's insane a lot. I've noticed, by the way, too. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Richard Janelle passed away after suffering a heart attack. When they weren't saving the world, the original Power Rangers could be found hanging out at the Angel Grove Youth Center. Richard Janelle played Ernie, the center's owner, who was often found gently helping his customers with their problems or offering kindly advice. After 4 years of the show, Janelle left the series. Blah, 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 blah. He fell a heart attack at age 47. He was pretty young, fat, possible reason for having a heart attack, but whatever. I'm not going to pass any judgment. But I am. But I shouldn't because I used to be fat. Machika Sogo lost her battle with pancreatic cancer. I remember her, man. She was if you watch the Go Power Rangers, that one. I don't know them by name. If you watch that one, Mighty Morphin, I think, she was the lady that walked around with that wolf-like monster guy, and she had the weird things on her head. So she died in 2006 after finding out that she had pancreatic cancer for 2 years in 2005. So she had pancreatic cancer for 3 years. Man. A heart attack ended the life of the actor who voices Zordon. So if you remember on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the actor that was in that tube thing, it was almost like the Wizard of Oz character, that guy that talked and he didn't have a body, just a huge giant head. He kind of looked like giant John Wayne Gacy. He died, I guess, heart attack ended his life. Man, age 43. Okay, I'm not going to keep going because there's a bunch, but that's a lot. There's one of them died at age 68. Maurice Mendoza died from unknown causes. Edward Lawrence passed away at age 55 developing lung cancer. Voice actor Bob Pappenbrook died from a lung condition. Oh, my light just died. Man, that's interesting. Is there something to it? Is there something to this Power Ranger curse? Was it brought from Vietnam? Who knows? I'm not going to make any crazy judgments, but